great honor to introduce Ron Siegel. Give it up! Make me like this.
I don't know if you're gonna like it, but we're gonna learn it together, and it's changing every day. So that's the key to it. Is it's here, it's not going anywhere, it's not changing. I'm gonna see if I can get this to turn on. With Cassidy's help. We have the right one, Cassidy.
Yeah, you should be good to go. Is it popping up?
There you go. Did it go?
Nope. Here, I'll go to this side. It could just take a second.
It's always fun. We test these things over and over again, and you get up and you start doing it. And it
Russian interference.
doesn't want to be.
Technology.
Yes, it'll pop up.
Just blow them up. Yeah.
What a great view out there.
I know two agents that have two listings coming, two brand new in Norma Linda.
Really?
For those of you guys, so if you have clients, get ready. And another woman in particular, I don't know her very well, she has two new listings
I
coming
think we're-
as well.
I think you're good, Ron.
So,
Okay, let's just make sure that we've got our sound working for.
Good
We
sound.
got the sound working and present.
that's what we need, right guys?
So we got a lot to share here if this wakes up. There we go. So I'm not going to even say this stuff because Joanne already did. Appreciate it. So Blake told me I have 3 hours. I put the presentation in ChatGPT and came up to 91 slides. So we're going to run through this pretty quick. But what I want you to be aware of is Joanne's videoing. I'm going to take her video, put it on a platform, put all the slides on there, put some recipes on there, and have it available so Cassidy can send it out to everybody.
Recipes?
So, recipes, you'll understand that in a minute.
Okay.
Not that I know how to cook, but I know how to eat, so. So here's what we're going to do. Brief overview. I'm going to tell you about ChatGPT. What is ChatGPT? What it's not. Sample replies, use cases, getting started, 10-80-10 in the recipes. And if we have time, there's a new part of what we're doing that is artificial intelligence that can take your database, monitor it, and tell you with 80% certainty who's going to list their house. 80% certainty, and it's back tested. So here we go. So there's a lot of different names for AI, artificial intelligence, but it's coming big time. Microsoft, pretty good sized company, talked about AI in their earnings report. The next day the stock was up 21%. Now you think about a stock that big going up 21% over one discussion. Last night, Google spent a lot of time talking about AI. Their stock is up 6% today, and because of all that they're putting into it, Microsoft stock is down about 1%. So one of the things that is going to happen is it's called natural language processing. It's a large language model. ChatGPT is not that smart. It just knows how to process quicker than we can. And I'm going to show you how I actually stole one of Irv's descriptions on his property and put some of the details into ChatGPT and asked it to write me a description that he could put in the MLS. And I'm going to share that with you also. It observes all its data points. It applies reasoning, logic, context. It's not smart, it's trained. The more we train it, the better it'll do. I actually will show you where I've trained it to understand what I say, how I say it, and write starting as if it was me. It is not always right. So I've been doing a long series on VA loans, and I put the information in there, and it came back with some stuff that wasn't accurate. So there's still a need for humans of some sort. It's not always connected to the internet. So one of the things I'm going to show you is that you have to understand what it is, and we have to work toward it. We have to start giving it our own information, and I'm going to show that to you in a minute. It's based on information you give it. You'll receive its best guess at what it thinks you're asking. It feels superhuman because it accesses billions of data points in milliseconds and speaks in plain language. We can tell it what language to speak in. So I'm not the smartest guy in the world. So I tell it to speak in 9th grade reading level. If I wanted to have it speak as an engineer, I can have it speak as an engineer and I won't understand a thing it says.
You have it speak
Right.
in Jeff Spicoli language.
We're going to get to that. We're going to speak. So,
Different actual languages.
yeah, and they'll do actual languages also. So here, I'm going to show you a bunch of use cases. Hopefully you can see this again. I'm going to send it out. So right here I said, I'm trying to describe how ChatGPT seems superhuman. This is how I describe it based on information you give it. You'll receive its best guess at what it thinks you're asking for. It feels superhuman because it accesses billions of data points in millennial seconds and speaks in plain language. Can you rewrite this to make my point a little more clear? So here was the response that came back from ChatGPT. ChatGPT appears to possess superhuman capabilities due to its ability to rapidly process and synthesize vast amounts of information. When provided with a query, it generates its most accurate interpretation based on the context and offers a response in simple, understandable language. This remarkable speed and fluency as accessing billions of data points creates an impression of extraordinary intelligence. So I say, now can you write this in 8th grade reading level so I can understand it? ChatGPT seems like a superhuman powers because it can quickly look through a huge amount of information and understand what you're asking. It can give you a clear answer in no time using everyday language. It's easy to understand. This amazing speed and ability to communicate makes it seem really smart. And you can see on the top, that's what I put in, and that icon there tells you what ChatGPT sent back out. Now, act like a computer professor at a community college explaining this to young adults that already seem to have been in your class for half of the year. All right, class, by now you're familiar with the concept of ChatGPT. Let's discuss why it appears so impressive, almost superhuman in its capabilities. ChatGPT is an advanced AI language model, and its prowess comes from its ability to quickly sift through, analyze, and map. You can see how different that is just by changing what I asked it to do. Now we're going to take it one step further.
Sorry, I had no idea.
This guy's been stoned since the 3rd grade.
This is U.S. history. See the glow up right there? Hey.
No shirt, no shoes, no ties.
Right. Learn it. Know it. Live it. Maybe Mark Cutback Davis or Bob Jungle Death Gerard would take the honors this year.
Oh, those guys are back!
And you in my class?
What happened today? That was my skull! I'm so wasted!
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you were doing?
Learning about Cuba, having some fun.
Why don't you get a job, Colin?
What for?
You need money.
All I need are some tasty waves, cool buzz, and I'm fine.
They sold their bodies to medicine for money. About $30, I think.
25.
Righteous bucks. It's a way of looking at that way and saying, hey bud, let's party.
So, what I said to ChatGPT was, awesome, now can you explain this as Jeff Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High? And it comes back, whoa, dude. So like there's this gnarly thing called ChatGPT, right? And it's like super rad because it can like totally understand what you're asking, man. It's kind of like it's got these like superpowers or something. So you know when you ask it a question, right, man, it goes through like billions, you can see what it's, so you can make it do kind of whatever you want. Right? I actually took one of Blake's morning messages. I'm not going to share the message. And I put it into ChatGPT. And I said, please rewrite this as Jeff Spicoli. It was pretty funny. So then I said, okay, now, we all know how hard we work to try and get our names out there, right? So I put our friend, Mike Martanian, in. And when you're looking for somebody, what do we think of doing? Google it, right? Well, Google just said that they're going to be putting all of their a lot of their resources into artificial intelligence. There's also word that the first page of Google is going to be dedicated to artificial intelligence. So if you put in who is Mike Vartanian, it's going to put out artificial intelligence. Right now, so Mike's a realtor, well, there's a scientific program. Are you the scientific programmer?
Not yet.
Okay. It's got his Facebook page, his realtor.com page. Now, when I put it into ChatGPT, I'm unable to find any information about a person named Mike Bertanian, as my knowledge is limited data up to September of 2021. It is possible that Mike is a private individual or a person who gained prominence after my knowledge cutoff date. Please provide more context or information if you need assistance with a particular topic or person. What that's saying is we've got to get our name into Google in more ways than just social media. We've got to really be watching that right now. So, how do you get started? It's going to be the real simple part of it here. Step one is log in, or sign up if you haven't signed up. You put in your email address, put in your name, birth date, continue, put in your phone number. It's going to give you a code. It's going to give you a little bit of information about the product, feedback on it, examples. And here's the key to what I've learned the hard way. So I use this almost every day getting ready for radio. It's free. And when things are free, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So what I found out was in the early mornings when I'm using it and I need it, there's a lot of other people that are using it and they need it as well. So I couldn't get on a lot of times. So what I ended up doing is I went to the whopping expense of $20 a month, meeting up my allowance.
Can I say mine is only $6 a month?
Well,
My
you're
app.
prettier and nicer about
The app I use, it's
You're a lot
$6.
nicer.
It's $6 a month. It's called Chat AI, but I don't know if it's on the desktop.
Okay, so if you wanted to go a more cost-effective way. So I'm at the $20 one. I upgraded to Plus. It also gives me Chat 4 as opposed to going to Chat 3.5. And I'll explain that in a minute. But I get on whenever I want now. So I have no problems with access. So what's the difference between them? And again, it's $20 a month. You can upgrade. I did it as soon as I could. Here's the 3.5. So here's the difference. There are 5 bats flying around in a room. You enter the room, look around for something to hit them with. You see a bat leaning against the wall. You grab it and start swinging for the fences. You hit and kill. I'm supposed to say 2 of them, but I misspelled. How many bats are left in the room? There are still 5 bats left in the room. Just because you hit and kill 2 of them with the bat you grabbed doesn't mean that the remaining 3 bats disappeared. They're still flying around the room. There are 5 bats flying around the room, so I put it into 4, ChatGPT 4, put the same query in there. Did I do the same misspelling? I don't know. There are now 3 bats left in the room. You started with 5 bats, killed 2 of them with a bat known as a baseball bat. You found. So that leaves 3 bats, the animals, remaining. See how it added some more context to it by putting a little more information. What did I use to kill the bats? So you used, in this context, refers to a baseball bat to kill the bats, the animals. In 3.5, I didn't redo this once. So it says, as AI language model, I can't determine what you used to kill the bats as there was no information given in the initial statement of the problem. See, so it didn't understand that in the older version. Newer version has more information. So what did I do? I just got some case examples. So I wanted to find out, I've done some videos on rate buydowns and payment assistance plans. So I wanted to put that in there and see what does it come out with. And here's what I told it. I said, train it to be Ron Siegel, buy-down expert. Write an SEO optimized blog post, create LinkedIn posts, audiences, agents. Write 5 Facebook ads to agents, write 5 Facebook ads to first-time home buyers, and give me a PowerPoint.
Wow.
That's what I asked this to do. So, just a sneak here, if you haven't seen this. Those 3, if you come up to a video on YouTube, and you see these 3 dots right here, click on those, and it's going to come down and give you a transcript. And the transcript comes up right there, as long as the closed captioning is enabled. So what I did is, I got that transcript, and so I like to talk to ChatGPT. It doesn't talk back to me. Not saying anything about that. But
That was a challenge.
I pray every day.
I want you to act like a marketing professional with over 10 years experience in using Facebook, LinkedIn, Google My Business, Instagram, and YouTube. You'll use published best practices for each of these platforms to optimize engagement on each platform. I'm going to give you source materials to build a social media campaign. The source material is the transcript from a video that I'd like you to promote to real estate agents, home buyers, and home sellers. in separate campaigns. Do you understand? Right, you have to ask ChatGPT if it understands what you're telling it. Yes, I understand your request. Please provide me with a transcript from the video, as well as any specific details or goals for each of the campaigns targeting real estate agents, home buyers, home sellers. Once I have the information, I'll get started. And this is all instantaneous. I mean, you can't, I don't know anybody that can type as quick as this does. Here's the source material. So I put the transcript in there, and it's long, so I didn't give you all of it. It says, do not create any content or strategy yet. Let me know that you understand this copy and summarize for me what the topics of this video is in 150 words or less. Video hosted by Ron Siegel discusses mortgage rate buy-down strategies, which can be used by sellers as a selling incentive in today's real estate market. 2 main items, and you can see how it goes on from there. Yes, perfect. Now create a 300-word blog post that follows SEO best practices. Also give me 5 options for SEO optimized keywords. Please determine the keywords using SEO best practices. The audience for this blog post is home buyers. Key here, tone enthusiastic. And please write at 9th grade level. Remember, you're writing this, and it should have been Ron's voice, whatever. So there's the SEO optimized keywords. Mortgage rate buy-downs, home buyer's guide to buy-downs, benefits of rate buy-downs, temporary versus permanent rate buy-downs, mortgage affordability strategies. All of that's coming right back from ChatGPT. I don't have to do any of that. Unleash the power of mortgage rate buy-downs for home buyers as a seasoned mortgage expert. You can see all that good stuff in there. There are 2 primary rates buy-downs. To help home buyers like you make the most of these strategies, I've created various educational materials that cover buy-down options, marketing, resources, guides. Doesn't like me. That was ChatGPT that told us not to do something here, yes. Does it make sense to anybody?
I can see false or corrupt information spread so quickly you can't get in front of it. Because it's so instantaneous.
It's scary.
Yeah, just remember, everything you're putting into it is learning. So if you don't want something out there, don't put it in there. So our company kind of warned us yesterday, like, we won't touch this with a 10-foot pole regarding title insurance because that's private information. So just know that all the AI is learning, it's learning your voice when you talk, it's learning how you speak, and it's going to be out there for other people too. So just use that.
Well, it does to a certain extent in some things. It's learning everything that you're doing, but every time you start a new thread, you have to teach it who you are again, if you want to talk in your voice. Yes, it's learning everything that you're doing, but I can't go back 5 threads from now and say, speak as Ron Siegel. It won't know who I am.
But dumb it down for 1 second, and the fact is, remember how upset we were when our phones would start putting articles like I talked about a sports bra? And everything on my feed is about bras. This is to the next level times 10. It's...
Okay, let me keep going because there's a lot to get through here.
Sorry, Siegel.
At Yellow, so I have this platform that I use, which I'm going to send this to you guys all on. It's called Lender Launchpad. So I'm going to I'll put this on there. Help home buyers like you make the most of these strategies. I've created various educational materials to cover the buy downs. In conclusion, mortgage rate buy downs can be a game changer for home buyers. Isn't that crazy? Thank you. Now, can you write me a LinkedIn post that explains the value of this strategy to real estate agents that is representing home buyers in the market right now? There you go. Hello, fellow real estate professional. It's Ron Siegel here, and I hope this message finds you all in good health and high spirits amidst these challenging times. The market is certainly tougher than it was a couple of years ago, with interest rates almost twice what they used to be. But as we know, with every challenge comes opportunity. But wrote this all done right there for us. And there's the second page of the LinkedIn article. Now, can you write me 5 options for Facebook ads that be shown to a custom audience of real estate agents? Agents may or may not know me. Again, acknowledge that this is a tough market right now. We need to work together to make it easier for families to buy their first home. 5 options for ad titles, catchy headlines, and copy for the ad. Also provide suggestions for creative that will accompany this copy, include emojis. So here's what we get when we put that in there. Title, option 1. Now, some of these are good, some are not. And some of them might need to be mixed and matched. Right? So unlocking opportunities in today's market. The headline, let's make home ownership more accessible. Hey there, fellow real estate pros. Tough market right now, but together we can make homeownership a reality for more families. Discover a game-changing strategy, mortgage rate buy-downs. Let's collaborate and visit my site. Create an image of a key unlocking a house shaped lock with text, unlocking opportunities. So it's telling you to go find that image on Shutterfly or whoever you use. There's option number 2, empower home buyers in a tough market. With interest rates soaring, it's time to band together to help families. And again, another creative winning strategy for real estate markets, helping families buy homes despite high interest rates. There's a whole nother copy. There's our 4th option right there. Now, a lot of times,
emojis and everything?
yeah, it gives you all of that. A lot of times you will, what most of the marketing and ad people will tell you is you want an ABC test, right? So most people hear A/B testing, right? So what you do with that is you take this headline, this copy, and this picture, and then you're going to go to this headline, this copy, and this picture, right? So you're trying 9 different combinations to see which one works, and once you find the one that works the best, all right, then what you're going to end up doing is using that one. That's where you're putting your dollars to. So you're just going to keep going through these. Fantastic. Now can you write me 5 Facebook ads with a target audience of first-time homebuyers? Okay, so let's see what it comes up with. Navigate high interest rates with ease. Hello, future homeowners. High rates got you worried? Worry no more. As your experienced lender, I can introduce you to savvy real estate agents who know the ins and outs of mortgage rate buy-downs. Yes, we can beat this market together. Visit. And there's 5 options for that. Just that quick.
Can this system arbitrarily change what you said, or can somebody go in and edit what you said, and it's attributed to you and you didn't do that?
No, because it really doesn't tell anybody who said what. Right? Because when you're looking at this, you can go, you'll see, I don't have it on here right now, but on the side over here, it has these little buttons that say copy. And that's when you copy it to your Word document or wherever you want it to go to. But the beauty is, even myself, if I go into my own account and put the exact same query in, the answer is going to be different every single time. So it's crazy. Now, I'd like to create an informational class that will be taught live to real estate agents. There will be agents that represent the home buyer in the audience and agents that represent the home seller. I want you to create an outline that I can use to create a PowerPoint presentation to introduce the benefits of this strategy for each of the agents representing both sides. So here's the presentation, and it tells me how long I have to speak on each item. All right, so there's my introduction. I get 3 minutes. I have 7 minutes for understanding mortgage rate buy-downs. I've got 7 minutes, the benefits of buy-downs for agents representing home buyers. 7 minutes for if you're going to be representing home sellers. How to implement buy-downs for 4 minutes. It's got my conclusion in there. And also, in some of them, it'll actually tell you, hey, don't forget to tell people to save and subscribe, or like and subscribe. It's crazy what these things will do. Keys to successful use. 10% is your ability to communicate with the tool. 80% it's going to be great content coming back. And 10% you need to edit it. That's just what you're saying, Mike. So we still need to have some people around, but if you notice, everyone's probably heard that there's a writer's strike right now. If you listen to the writer's strike, one of their demands is that they need 6 human writers for every show, minimum. That's in their demands because they know how powerful this is. So this is the 10-80-10. What is the list of reasons to buy a home in San Diego Hills community of Orange, California, reading level 9, and that enthusiastic and educational. You notice I'm always putting in the reading level and the tone so it knows what I want it to do. Here's what it gives me back. Absolutely, the San Diego Hills community in Orange, California offers a multitude of compelling reasons to consider it as a potential future home. Here's a list of some of the enticing factors that make this community stand out. Quality education, natural beauty, safety, community amenities, proximity to major city centers, aesthetic appeal, strong property values, community events, variety of shopping and dining options, healthcare facilities. All these benefits and more, San Diego Hills is not just a place to live, it's a community to belong to, a lifestyle to embrace, a neighborhood to love, whether you're an outdoor enthusiast, family with children, or someone who's looking for a safe, vibrant place to call home. San Diego Hills could be just the place for you. How long would it have taken me to find all that stuff and write it? That's where it all is, because we all have a lot of things to do, right? And I'm going to submit as things get tighter and tighter, we have to work harder and harder and smarter and smarter, right? So these are all issues that are out there. Write a 600-word article based on the following blog post, include my name and my emails, headline, opening hook, a call to action, SEO optimized for YouTube post, informal tone, reading level 9, without using the words, we're acting as an expert consultant. Do you understand? Let me know when you're ready. It's ready. I put in a blog from today, right? And here's what we come back. What if you could unlock the secret of selling your house for the best possible price? All I did was take my personal version of the Keeping Current Matters post today. Is everyone using Keeping Current Matters? It's probably one of the best tools out there. It's $30 a month for the cheap version. They've got one that's $50, and then they've got another at $90. You can get fresh content every single day to post. That took me less than 10 minutes to do.
You know what's interesting in just reading that opening hook? If you want somebody to believe you, you never use the word lie. That was something we learned in journalism 101. So when I saw that, I thought, okay, I would edit that out if it was mine, right, and not rely just on the artificial intelligence.
Right.
I want to overwrite that statement.
Sure.
But the rest of it looks perfect.
Now, the
Substitute
beauty
the
of
word
it
lie for
is-
something else.
Yeah, so the beauty of it is you can actually...
But it did most of the work for you in 5 seconds.
Yeah, no, but what the beauty is if you say, well, I don't really like this, can you redo this for me? And don't ever use the word lie.
Right.
Rewrite the whole thing. In seconds. So, or you can put in there, regenerate this and give me a new version. Chris?
When you buy the Pro version and you go to copy it, because they may notice this when they go to play with it, does it not copy inside the box anymore? Because with the standard version, I've had to copy it, paste it to a notepad, and then take it to Word docs, because it leaves that little box around it from ChatGPT, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, when I push copy, it doesn't do that.
It doesn't do that,
Yeah.
okay. So it must be the Pro version. The free version, or maybe they fixed it. The free version, if you guys go to use that and you hit copy and you paste it to a Word document, a lot of times or an email, it'll have a box around it.
Has the box, and it also will have the grayish or
Green
pinkish
gray.
background.
Yeah, you can get rid of that if you copy it into a notepad first, because it's such a
Yeah.
doesn't have formatting the way Word does.
Right.
And then you can put it to a Word doc, but it
Right-click it on Word and then hit copy as RPT or PRT or
Okay.
one of those things.
And maybe the Pro version doesn't have that problem.
Yeah, I don't have that, and so there's the blog post that I did. Call to action. So you're ready to outshine the market. You know, that's the conclude. So I say a call to action because that's what it understands. I just put bottom line is what I switch that to. So you're not going to write call to action. SEO optimized summary for the YouTube post. Uncover the secret of selling your house at the best possible price, timing. Learning why selling when others aren't could give you an edge. This gave me all this information. Write a 700-word video script as an expert with over 20 years experience. Positive perspective. 3 points. Include an article headline, opening hook, 3 main points. SMS teaser, SEO optimized YouTube description. I understand. So it's back telling me that it knows what I'm wanting. Why are there so many misconceptions about the VA loan when it comes to realtors? So I think I told you I'm doing a series on this on the show. So welcome back to our channel, my friends. I'm your host, a real estate and mortgage expert, 20 years experience. Point number 1, let's talk about the misconception that VA loans take too long to close. Yes, it did put all of those emojis in there for me. So I don't have to try and find those. VA loans close an average of 49 days compared to 50 days for conventional loans. It found that fact for me. And more emojis. Point number 2, some realtors believe that VA loans are more likely to fall out of escrow. There may have been a kernel of truth to this in the past, but today's VA loans have a closing success rate comparable to that of conventional and FHA loans. It's all about working with the right lender. Point 3, lastly, there's a misconception that VA loans require perfect credit. I mean, this is just amazing what you're getting out of this. Call to action. Let's bust those myths and make the home buying process a breeze for our brave servicemen and women. If you want to learn more about VA loans, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest in real estate and mortgages. That quick. There's the Facebook post teaser, and we'll tell people to go back to the video. There's a text teaser if you're wanting to use that. There's the YouTube description, right? Because we don't want to put our whole transcription in there. So we just put a YouTube description that's optimized for YouTube. Okay, Irv, here you go. So this is, is this your latest listing?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what Irv put in there for his listing. Trophy of a neighborhood. Welcome to charming Country Hills neighborhood in the heart of Brea. This beautiful property boasts 3 beds, 2 baths, generous living space of 1,399 square feet, making the perfect place to call home. The entry welcomes you into an open living room adorned with large windows, inviting in natural light, so on. I think that's about 160 words. So, I probably should have changed that, but I didn't count the words initially. Please write a 300-word property description as a real estate expert to potential homeowners. Reading level 9, tone cheery and enthusiastic. Do not start until I send you some basics on the property. Do you understand? And yes, ChatGPT understands. So I've never seen this property. Right, so I just took some highlights out of what Irv put in his, and I put award-winning neighborhood, charming Country Hills neighborhood in the heart of Brea, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, living space, kitchen has views, and here's what ChatGPT says about Irv's property. Welcome to the heart of Brea, where this charming 3-bedroom, 2-bath residence is perfectly nestled in the award-winning Country Hills neighborhood. 1,399 square foot gem is epitome of comfort and style, an ideal sanctuary for those who value a warm, inviting, and open living area. Brilliantly lit by large windows, the rooms in this home bathe in natural light, creating an atmosphere that's at once cheery and serene. The kitchen, a heaven for the culinary enthusiast, boasts a generous amount of cabinet space and overlooks a lush green belt, a daily tableau that elevates even the most mundane of kitchen tasks. Home's location is truly unbeatable. Its proximity to coveted amenities makes for a lifestyle. Only Irv would know if this is accurate, or anybody else that's been there.
Just share with you that description that I did on MLS, that was it.
Oh, yours was too?
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, so.
My social media coordinator.
So, that just gives you.
It took maybe 10, 15 minutes, where I would probably spend 2 hours and not even being close.
Yeah, it's amazing how that.
Doesn't push you back.
That's funny that we both use the same tool, right?
Ron, and I also heard that version 4 is, like, I was listening to some like real geeky computer science people. They just said version 4 is head and shoulders above 3.5. Like, it's not even a comparison in terms of
right.
The difference in level.
Tons better. So, let's see.
And you can pick how you wanted to speak as a salesperson, a dog trainer, whatever.
Yeah,
You
just
can
tell
role
it.
play with it.
So now here's the. We don't want to walk away without making money, right? So, does anybody on social media? Everybody, right? So does anybody ever see that somebody's there's a death in the family, divorce? Right now we're at graduation time, births, right? So we've got the 6 Ds: diapers, diamonds, death, divorce, diplomas, defaults, and it's defaults, I think, is the other one that's in there. So when those things are happening, people are writing about that on social media, right? What if we had artificial intelligence that's watching that? So if I put Ruben's name and, he's in my contact database, and I put his information in there, and social media is always watching, and they're watching what he's posting, and I can look at LinkedIn, and maybe he got a new job, or he's moving, or something along those lines. So this newest thing that we're getting with the artificial intelligence is going to watch all of these things. And what they've done with it is they put a score on each individual of 1 to 100. And any time that's over 80, it says that that person is getting ready to list their house or sell their house or to move. Now, how do we know if it's true? Well, many of you know that I use a tool called Altos Research. Right? They give a lot of great information. If anybody wants it, I'll give it to you for free. And what we did here with this is went to Altos Research and said, here's all the people that our tool, our AI, has said are going to move. And we want you to monitor these addresses for the next 90 days. 80% of them moved, sold their house. 80%. It's pretty amazing when you start looking at it, right? So there it is. It monitors contacts every day, ranks on a score of 1 to 100. Altos Research did the back testing to know that it's actually working correctly, and that's how we can make some money at it. I think what our system set up or agreement with them is we can monitor 250 contacts for $50 a month. So that's like 20 cents, something like that. $2.40 a year per contact. 10% of your database is going to move this year. So if you have 250 names in there, that's 25 transactions. What if you knew about it for anybody else? Think about that concept. That's what it's all about. Obviously, as you know, I don't do public speaking. I'm a lender. I am here on a regular basis. I like to share what I know. There's my socials if you want to meet me. And if you need a lender partner, we're here. Any questions? Sir?
So you say you have to train ChatGPT to become useful. How long did it take you initially to train it? And how did you train it? Did you use voice, text?
As far as what do you mean?
You trained ChatGPT in order to become useful. What did you do? You just talk?
Oh, no, it's immediate. I don't have to train it to be useful. What I'm training it is when I put those prompts in there, that's what's called training it. So, so this right here is training it. Write a 300-word and be cheery. So the key here is, and again, this is the biggie, is these recipes. So I have a set of recipes that I keep, and I'll share with you. I use Evernote for them. So these are all recipes right here. Write a 600-word article because I'm lazy. Right? So I don't want to have to write all these things over and over again. So write a 600-word article based on the following blog post, include me, include an article headline, hook, call to action, SEO optimized for YouTube without using the words. Here, let me know what do you understand, and let me know when you're ready for the article. That's training it. So when I copy and paste that, it's gone, and all I have to do then is put a URL in that I want to use.
You said that originally there were billions of data points
Right.
that created that trained from originally, right?
Yeah. Well,
where's that source of data? Is it through the internet? Or?
Yeah, it's through the internet, through us putting comments in there, or when we correct it. So when I corrected it the first time, saying, and what it came back at saying was that the lending limit on VA loans was not correct that it gave me at first. So I put in there that that's not correct, please, and I didn't even tell it what it is. I said, that's not correct, please review this and find the right answer. It starts looking for it, and it corrected it.
Huh.
And now every time I've done an article on there, it has that information, so it doesn't worry about it. The biggest thing you have to worry about is new content. So anything after September of 2021, unless somebody specifically taught it, then it doesn't know anything after September of 2021. But I noticed when I first got onto Chat 4, it was May of 2021. Now it's September of 2021. So it's learning quickly. And that's what they talk about, the billions of data points, is that this particular one is being funded by Microsoft. So Google has their own, and that's why when Google came out with theirs and talked about so much in their earnings report last night, that's why their stock is up 6%, it was when I started, and Microsoft is down 1% because now they've got competition.
So their server farm is Azure, right? And they crawl the internet to gather data.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, they're constantly crawling it. Chris?
So a lot of the way people are driving traffic to their social media now is short form video, right? That's really where things are going. People don't want to read long form content. The younger generation has a shorter and shorter attention span. So a good way you guys can use this is it'll write scripts for you. You can tell it, like Ron's prompting it, please write me a 45-second Instagram reel or TikTok reel as a social media real estate influencer on current inventory, whatever. And it'll write you a full-blown script. So you don't have to be creative and come up with the content yourself. Then you just got to set up a camera and record it. And it's a good way to use it. It'll write scripts for you that you guys can read. 'Cause a lot of this long form content is great for blogs and stuff like that, but it doesn't draw eyes. People won't necessarily read it.
So exactly what Chris is saying, if you look at this, so many of you might be in BNI. I know Mindy's in BNI. So they have to do a commercial every week, right? So there's my recipe. Write a 30-second radio commercial, which I use it for radio also. Include a call to action. Tone is serious. Read the level 9. The average car payment is now $800 per month. 17% of car payments are over $1,000 per month. Credit card debt is increasing. Now, that's the message right there. Do I have 1 second?
No, you're good.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, if you read that. Now, if you guys do public speaking, don't do what I'm about to do. You never ever want to go live on something that you don't really control the...
And Ron is being humble. He's an excellent speaker, don't you guys think?
Yes.
Excellent.
So I'm in GPT 4 right now. This is my account. I'm going to see what happens when I paste that in there. So because it's a radio commercial, it's telling me to sound is a clock ticking, accelerating. Narrator's deep voice. The average car payment now reaching $800 a month, and 17% of them soaring over $1,000. With credit card debt mounting and interest rates now surpassing 20% annually, it's time for a change. Put there a glass shattering. Do you know that the average homeowner has 58% equity in their homes with a mortgage rate below 4%? It might surprise you to know that refinancing from that sub 4% rate to a 7% rate could potentially save a homeowner with a $375,000 mortgage over $1,100 a month. See that? Save over $1,100 a month. Yes, you heard that right, and it's not at all. And that's not all. It could also slash a staggering 11 years off your home payments. It's your money. See how quickly it's writing that? I mean, and this is going, believe it or not, this is actually slow.
This is what the writers are on strike. Your favorite comedy show 2 years from now might be written by ChatGPT.
Well, and I was saying, like, look at the future for our schools and our teachers. And, I mean, they're going to just put content in there and have these kids sitting there and listen to somebody. There's going to be a voice reading that to them.
And
So
then the
that's
kids are gonna do the same thing.
thing.
So, yeah,
Well, and
so...
not, not to be rude, because my husband 10 years ago used to make fun of me. So for those of you who don't know.
No, that was 10 days ago.
Yeah, that's true.
No, go ahead.
Be honest about it. He teases me nonstop because I'm constantly voice texting things, and you do have to still check it. But it's going to be way better. There's so much of our life that will be obsolete, and we have got to.
But we still have, but like I said, you have to still make sure you're checking it. Yeah, Ruben.
So to Mindy's point, I mean, this tool is so prevalent right now within the school systems that we received a message from the school saying that they're on to students writing their papers with ChatGPT. And on top of that, I walked into my sister's house. She's got a 4th grader. He's using ChatGPT.
Exactly. Already.
But the bottom line here, the whole bottom line to this really is that we have to use it efficiently. We cannot make it a crutch, right? It's a tool to use. And, you know, I kid Blake all the time because I don't know how many people respond to his message in the morning within about 10 minutes.
I get quite a few.
Right? So it's people that are actually getting up to work, right? And there's a lot of things that you can steal from his messages, put it into ChatGPT, put it into your own blog post or on your own social media, and no one will know that you just copied it right from him. And why do you think he's doing it? He wants more business. Yeah.
I'm working to give you more content, too.
So if you guys download an app called Captions, you can take your ChatGPT, paste it in there, and you hold your video camera and the words are right in front of you the whole time of everything the script says, and then you can take that, save it, and put it on Instagram. And you don't have to sit and memorize the whole long script.
Let's give Ron. That's a lot of preparation. How many of your heads were ready to just like?
Oh,